Hello students, welcome to the online biology class. We are discussing about chapter 2, that is microorganisms, friends and foe. Today we will discuss about the useful microorganisms. Initially it was thought that all the microorganisms are harmful and cause diseases. Later on, scientists discovered that only a few microorganisms are harmful and cause diseases. Most of the microorganisms are harmless, and some of the microorganisms are even beneficial to us. We will now describe about the beneficial effects of some uh, microorganisms. The beneficial effects of microorganisms are as follows. These microorganisms are utilized in making of curd, bread and cake. That means in that way, that means they are helpful for making different types of food. Microorganisms are utilized in the production of alcohol, wine, vinegar or acetic acid. In the preparation of medicines called antibiotics, microorganisms has an important role. Besides this, to clean up the environment, microorganisms plays an important role. They, by decomposing the organic matter of dead plants, dead animals and animal waste into harmless and useful simple substances, and in this way microorganisms help in the recycling of materials in nature. We will now study the beneficial effects of microorganism in some detail. So first we will discuss about the making of curd. Milk is turned into curd by bacteria. In order to make curd, a little pre-made curd is added to warm milk and set aside for some time. Curd contains several microorganisms including lactobacillus. These lactobacillus bacteria promote the formation of curd from milk. When a little of pre-made curd is added to warm milk, then lactobacilli bacteria present in curd multiply in milk and convert it into curd. Milk contains a sugar called lactose. Lactobacilli bacteria convert the lactose sugar into lactic acid. This lactic acid then converts milk into curd. An important ingredient of idlis and bhaturas is curd. Curd is added in making idlis and bhatura to make them soft and spongy. Bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese, pickles and many other food items. Making of bread also in making of bread, microorganisms plays an important role. Generally, yeast is used in baking industry for making bread. When yeast is mixed in dough for making bread, the yeast reproduces rapidly and gives out carbon dioxide gas during the respiration. The bubbles of carbon dioxide gas fill with dough and increases its volume. The holes in the bread are due to the bubbles of carbon dioxide given off during the baking process. This makes the bread light, soft and spongy. For the same reason, yeast is also used in making cakes and pastries. Now we will learn about the commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for the large-scale productions of alcohol and acetic acid. Acetic acid is also known as vinegar. Yeast is the microorganisms which is used for the large-scale productions of alcohol. This alcohol is then used in making wine, beer, whiskey as well as industrial spirit. Yeast is capable of converting sugar into alcohol. The sugar for making alcohol comes from substances such as cane juice, and fruit juices, or from substances such as barley, maize, rice, etc. The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of yeast is called fermentation. Fermentation was discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. In order to make alcohol, yeast is grown on natural sugar present in grains like barley, maize, rice, cane juice, and fruit juice, etc. Yeast converts sugar into alcohol. This alcohol is then used for various processes. A dilute solution of acetic acid is known as vinegar. Bacteria can turn alcohol into acetic acid. In order to produce acetic acid or vinegar on a large scale, first alcohol is made by using yeast. The acetobacter bacteria are then added to alcohol and air is bubbled through it. In the presence of oxygen of air, acetobacter bacteria convert alcohol into acetic acid or vinegar. The microorganisms are used for the medicine, for making the medicines also. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules, or injections such as penicillin. The source of these medicines is microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. These days, a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. Streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin are some of the commonly known antibiotics. These medicines kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms. Antibiotics are used to treat many diseases in humans. Antibiotics are, however, not effective against the diseases caused by viruses. Some of the precautions to be observed in the use of antibiotics are as follows. Antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. A person must complete the full course of the antibiotics prescribed by the doctor. The antibiotics should be taken in proper doses as advised by the doctor. If a person takes antibiotics in wrong dose or when not needed, it may make the antibiotics less effective when the person might need it in future. Antibiotics should not be taken unnecessarily. Antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the useful bacteria in the body and harm us. Antibiotics can be used to treat many diseases in animals. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of the livestock like cattle, that means cows, buffaloes, etc., and poultry birds also to control microbial diseases in animals. Antibiotics are also used to control many plant diseases. Vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles disease causing microorganisms and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbes. That means a vaccine is a special kind of preparation which provides immunity against a particular disease. Vaccines are given to healthy persons so that they may not get certain diseases throughout their life. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect human beings and other animals from several diseases. A vaccine works as follows. A vaccine contains the dead or weakened but alive microorganisms of a disease. When the vaccine containing dead or alive microorganisms is introduced into the body of a healthy person orally or by injection, the body of that person responds by producing some substances called antibodies in its blood. These antibodies kill any alive disease causing microorganisms present in the vaccine. Some of the antibodies remain in the blood of the person for a long time and fight against the same microorganisms and kill them if they happen to enter the body naturally at a later date. So, due to the presence of antibodies in the blood, a person remains protected from that particular diseases. Thus, a vaccine develops the immunity from a disease. A number of diseases can be prevented by vaccination. Vaccination is the process of giving a vaccine orally or by injection which provides protection against a particular disease. For keeping good health, we must prevent the diseases by vaccination at the proper time. Since children are more susceptible to diseases, so all the children should be vaccinated at proper ages to provide them immunity from certain diseases. The diseases which can be prevented by vaccination of children at proper age are polio, smallpox, cholera, typhoid, hepatitis, tuberculosis, tetanus, measles, rabies, diphtheria, and whooping cough, etc. To develop the fighting capacity, but to fighting capability in the body to a disease is called immunization. After getting vaccinated, the child becomes immune to a particular disease. This means that the child becomes protected against that disease. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. A worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most part of the world. Under the National Health Program in our country, the vaccines for several diseases are given free of cost at all the government health centers. Now we will discuss about the role of the microorganisms in soil fertility. Some of the microorganisms present in the soil can fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to form nitrogen compounds. These nitrogen compounds mixed with the soil and increase the fertility of the soil. Here in this picture you can see the diagrams of the nitrogen fixing blue-green algae. This blue-green algae and also some bacteria like rhizobium, they are capable to fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to enrich the soil with nitrogen compounds and increase its fertility. The nitrogen fixing bacteria and the blue-green algae are called biological nitrogen fixers. The nitrogen fixing blue-green algae uh, can the blue-green algae store in them nitrogen compounds made by nitrogen fixation. They are used as fertilizer in agriculture. The addition of blue-green algae to barren fields increases the nitrogen content of the soil and makes it fertile. Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous plants also fix atmospheric nitrogen and increases soil fertility. Now we will discuss about the role of microorganisms for cleaning the environment. You often see large amounts of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. These substances are again used by other plants and animals. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Since microorganisms decomposes the harmful and smelly dead remains of plants and animal wastes like feces, dung, urine, etc. into harmless materials, they clean the environment. If, however, there were no microorganisms in the soil, then the dead plants, dead animals, and animal waste would keep on piling up in the environment and make it dirty. In addition to cleaning the environment, the microorganisms also help in recycling the nutrients present in the dead plants, dead animals, and animal waste in nature, which can then be used as food by green plants. If there were no microorganisms, then the nutrients present in dead plants, dead animals, and animal wastes would never be released for use by the new plants. So, children, in this way, microorganisms plays an important role in the various way. Today this much. Please read the topic from your book also. Thank you, children. Take care of yourself. Stay safe.